Hey everybody, this is Stephanie and jumping in for another process video for Project Life. This is week 18. I start off with my pictures already placed down. They are incorrectly. That will get changed later on when I realize that I have mainly some pictures from one day and they are on opposite of the spread and I want them all on one side. So I will sort that out later. Moving on, I am now trying to figure out the pattern paper that I want to use for my title card. I am working with the paper pad that I purchased last month. It is called the Good Times, and I'm just trying to see what colors really reflect my photos. I really feel like I kind of go toward the blues and the greens every single month, so I am trying to switch things up, and I had no idea what to pick. So I go to the 3x4 cards to help me determine which color to pull in for my title card. So let's pick out. Now I kind of went through the entire April kit. This is the last week. I think it was like the something till the 29th, and I went ahead and added the 30th, so that way next week it starts at the 1st of May. So yeah, I used that collection all up, so I'm now just grabbing from previous my stash of previous cards and stuff and such. So I like to grab out a card that has all the colors, and then I get to pull from that card more of one color, whatever color that seems to fit. And it's no surprise that it's mainly the blues that I choose from. I don't know why. I guess purple just wasn't going to make its appearance in this spread. I don't go with that card. I like it. Nothing's wrong with it. It just, this week did not call for it. So pretty much what you're seeing right now, those cards are going to be the ones that I choose. But again, I'm just not 100%. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking, but it just took me a little while to figure out which color scheme I wanted to go with. Since I think there was just so many colors in my photos that I had so many to choose from. So I'm glad that I'm sticking with the kit, since if I had the opportunity to go through my entire room, oh my god, I'd be there forever. I did make purple become an accent, as well as the gray neutral color, so I have a ton of embellishment that I'll be placing throughout the spread in those two colors, as well as again my stars or my hearts. I love working with those puffy stickers. I am down to the wire with those embellishments, the puffy stickers of hearts and stars. So for June, I went ahead with my kit. I add on a couple of items as well. Unfortunately, they did not have the puffy hearts and stars in stock, so I went ahead and got the acetate ones, and I'm very curious to see how that works because they're kind of like transparent. So you'll be seeing that blend in shortly in the next week process spread to come. Now I'm grabbing out some embellishments. Again, I have very minimal supplies. I'm so glad I have my extra add-ons that I tend to buy every month, since I do rely on them as my die cuts get pretty much non-existent with each spread. So while I get out these embellishments, I'm going to be talking about the photos, since I'm already starting to point at them. And yeah. So there by the title card in the left portion, it is us playing a game. We are playing Killer Bunnies. If you have not been here before, we play that. We love playing board games more times than not. That is how we bond. That is something the kids look forward to every time. Moving on to the left side again, the 3x4 photo that's on the left portion, middle row, it is a screenshot of the weather forecast. We were aware that it was going to rain during the week. However, we did not check back at it. And when my mother was texting me one day, I hadn't answered. We were in the middle of dinner. She calls me and she's like, "Have you been looking at the weather? There's a possible tornado area in your area, and you need to know. Just I wanted to make sure you're aware and everything's okay. You were scaring me." I felt so bad because I had got multiple messages and I just had not heard them while we were having dinner, which happened to be soup right there that you see. Oh my god, that soup is amazing. My husband made it when he was craving the soup from Olive Garden. I think he calls it like the scupascana or something. I just call it the Italian sausage soup. It has potatoes and some kale and little bacon pieces. Oh my god, it's so good. It's my favorite soup. Anyways, back to topic. We had got that tornado warning, and it was just starting to pour right before I mean, it's not starting to pour, it was starting to be really windy, really bad, and we made the rash decision just to leave and go across town and spend the evening at my mom's while everything went down. And when we came back in the middle of the night, late at night, our power was already off, and including our town, all the lights were off. It was so dark as we made our way back in. The signs of restaurants and stuff were broken, and trees were all along the edge. There was a ton of debris and water all over the streets, and it was really bad. And we had no power for, I even believe, the next day after. So yeah, I think it was like total of 2 days, because the following day I was able to send the boys to school, but the next day I wasn't able to till the following day. And the following day was when I just cleaned up their entire room, as you can see some photos there at the bottom. And as you notice, I did fix my photos correctly now, and I love it so much more. Now here I am just showing you really quick my decision on how to add in a 4x6 filler card, since I do not have a 4x6 photo. And I tried out the first attempt. It was a black and white pattern paper with little plus signs on them, and grabbed a bunch of gray. I thought I would go in that form, and I just wasn't feeling it. I feel like the paper was just too busy. And then I found these stickers, and I love the way this filler card came out so much more. So that's what I ended up going with instead. So I'm gonna just add in some stars, because why not? I already have some stars somewhere else on my spread, I think on that photo to the left. So I kind of went with stars this time around, which is kind of good, because like I said, I'm running low on these hearts. So yeah, and I'm pretty much happy and content with the way it's turning out so far, but I just need to add in some more embellishments, and then I'm going to do my journaling. So talking about the photos there, as you can see, I'm going to move to the right portion now, and that little purple label says unplug, because that was the day where they stayed home, since the school also had lost power and everything else. So we had to unplug. There was no TV, electronics, or anything. Like, they had to find a way to entertain themselves. Well, I entertained them all day long. The photo to the right of that one is another 4x6. It's the evening. We still have no power, so we had my husband's flashlights that were on the trail, like all over the place, to light up the house, and we were playing a board game. Well, I think that was a card game. It's called Butts in Space. It's really hilarious and funny, and the boys love it. Just try it out. It's actually really good. But I just love the fact that we kept going with our schedule. Like, it didn't stop us that the power was out. We still did our routine, and I just love that so much. And I just have a little sticker that says to keep going, because this is exactly what we did. So I used my trusty Searches Twist stamps to stamp out week 18. Now I'm grabbing out some stars just to help embellish my title card. I love how this looks. That little sentiment says, "Here we go, week 18," and I gotta trim it down because it was too big for my pocket. Getting it a nice little sliver of purple in there to become my accent color around the page, as well as gray. So it was a nice change to do some stars instead of my trusty hearts. So I think this all took over basically the weather forecast. Now that tornado scare was on a Wednesday. Thursday they didn't have school. Friday they're back up to school. So then on that day there was still no power, which I was so thankful they're able to go to school. I just cleaned up their room since I had nothing else to do. No, like, binge watching on TV during the day and YouTubing. I cleaned, as you can see, the bottom photos right here. Big old mess. Organized that and did their bunk beds, because that's what they liked. Here I show you with the page protectors, like I normally do, but I felt like you can really see the glare on most of the spread. So let me know what you prefer. So here is a full view of how the entire spread came out, as well as checking it out still out of the pocket, so that way you can actually see it without any glare. I don't know which one's better, so let me know, so that way I can share it with you guys and you're able to see it good. It feels a little messier this way, but the quality is better, if that makes any sense at all. Let me know down below which one you prefer, with the page protectors and sharing that overview, or without. Anywho, here it is, all completed. Thanks for watching. Until next time, bye.